Good evening. This is a special meeting for the Norwalk Parking Authority. We have a limited agenda this evening, so we'll jump right in.
All right, good evening, everybody. Just have a few items on the agenda, as you can see, to go over. One of them is the, and I'll just get into it. Let me just get into the Yankee Doodle stuff. So we've been in front of you on this project for the last few months. We had 8 respondents during the RFP process, and the low bid for the Yankee Doodle exterior repairs was $296,000, which is below what our expectations were. Excuse me. The timing of the awarding stage is allowing the contractor to start the work now. If we wait for the warmer weather, we would be in line with basically what we anticipated, which was around $500,000 for this part of the project. We've already allocated the funds, and they are currently sitting in reserve. We will then be able to have additional funds to help pay for the next phase, which is the aesthetic enhancement part of the Yankee Doodle garage. We also wanted to make sure that the contractor was well aware on what we wanted to get done. Jim, Ken, who is our Desmond rep that did the construction documents, and we did a walkthrough last week with the contractor. We walked floor to floor and went through all the different components of the plan. The contractor wants to mobilize quickly for us to take advantage of the price given. This is why we scheduled this special meeting tonight, looking for your approval on this. We will then move forward and prepare the contract for the chairman to sign. We could come to the office, Eric, and expedite that as well. This will set the stage for the next phase, which is the aesthetic enhancement. Once we begin, we'll have a better understanding on scheduling, allow us to prepare an RFP for that step. People will actually start seeing the improvement of the garage by the end of the year, which is great. So
excellent.
that's
what we need to do tonight is act on approval or hopefully approval. And so you can carry this on and get things underway.
Correct. We're seeking the approval of the $296,000 bid.
Okay. So let's anybody discuss it. Matt and Judd, I see your hands up. I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Brian, you're saying if we don't approve this now and wait 2 months or a month, the price is going to go up by 200,000?
Potentially, yes. So the 8 bids, the highest bid was around $900,000. For half of the bids were around that $500,000 mark. There was concern on. There was a couple things. There was the starting of the project, and on top of it, the cutting of the ribs. If you look at the picture, the bottom cutting, they had some concerns with that, and that's why the prices fluctuated that much. GL Capazzo had an opportunity to say, listen, we could start now. We could, it just, the timing was perfect for him. He double checked all the numbers while we also, during the bid analysis, we reviewed everything with him. Just to make sure every part of the component, that's kind of part of that walkthrough that we did. We wanted to make sure that every component that was part of the plan was hit on that price point.
Okay. And I believe we've used them before, and I know them. They've been around a long time. So okay.
Matt.
So Brian, just to be clear, the primary driver is timing and scheduling based on on Capazzo and not scope related.
Correct.
Okay, so understood. Just kind of directional question. I'm not going to hold you to this, but given that we're shortfall of the budget, does it exist that we can reallocate some of those funds towards some of the other projects we feel needed to be addressed, or Desmond felt needed to be addressed?
Yeah, I can imagine that being the case, Matt. I think that what we have in reserve for Yankee Doodle Garage can be used for. Can imagine it can be used for anything we need to do at Yankee Doodle Garage for improvements. You know, and it'll protect us from any overages on the aesthetic part of it as well.
Okay, yep, nope, totally fair, understood.
Okay, I don't see Peter, he's,
Yeah, I'm here.
oh,
I'm here.
oh, there you are.
Yeah. Hi, Eric.
Um, Did
So-
did you, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Brian, just a couple of quick questions. So what was the next lowest bid?
I think it was 496,000.
Wow, quite a difference. And there's nothing that jumps out in front of you. I understand the timing. That makes it such a big difference in price.
No, that was our initial concern when we saw them. That's why we did the walkthrough and met with him and just went over everything to make sure. And you know, he pretty much told us that he triple checked everything on the materials. We did the analysis with Ken, the Desmond rep, and we're comfortable with where we're at with this contractor.
So I guess it sounds like he can start right away. Well, that's what you said. He can start right away, and so
Yep.
we'll see somebody over there fairly quickly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, it's you know, the reason we wanted to meet tonight was try to get this expedited and started so we can really start seeing the improvements over there. And on top of it, it'll allow us to start the aesthetic phase of the improvements sooner.
Everybody likes a deal.
But how long
Matt, I
is?
see your hand up again, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, one more question. Brian, do we have permits in hand for this already?
That's a good question. I don't know. I can find out and I can inform you guys. I don't know what the full process of that is, to be honest with you, but
Okay,
I can ask.
fair.
Assuming we have permits or permits will come within the month, would Capasso start shortly thereafter? Or are they eager to start this? They're trying to fill a hole in their schedule, maybe?
Thanks, Judd. That's actually a really good point that you brought up. That's the main, I think that's one of the main drivers of the price. He had a hole in his schedule that he wanted to fill, and this project just fit the bill for him. It'll get his crew started early spring, and get it done by, you know, he didn't really give an anticipated finish then. I'm not really comfortable with saying a finish date, but I've heard somewhere at late summer for this to be completed.
Okay, and this is cutting the ribs and what else? Just quick.
It's cutting the ribs and going around the perimeter of the garage and doing all the concrete repairs, the sealant. There's some gaps in the concrete, fixing all those items
Mhm.
in preparation for the painting and all the other aesthetic repairs in the next phase.
Okay.
So, Brian, sort of on Matt's point, does this reduce all of the other repairs is this one of the items on the list? The repairs you're talking about, is this part of the 12 million or whatever that we needed to do?
I don't think it's a full, I don't think it is a big part of that, the full repairs that Desmond did with their analysis for the garages.
Okay,
Cause just walking the garage with Ken maybe 2 months ago, you know, we did see some concrete penetration on the middle in the drive lanes and some other structural issues. I think that's what was majorly addressed in those, in that analysis from him.
okay. Just hopeful thinking.
Yeah, I think some of it is part of it, but not the full expense.
Okay. All right, excellent. So if everyone is comfortable, then we could have a motion.
I'll make a motion authorizing the TMP staff to finalize contract with GL Capasso for the Yankee Doodle Garage.
Any discussion? Then can we have a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Chad. So all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. Thank you. So Brian,
Thank you.
the operator proposal, yes.
Yeah, so the next item and is the Dixon supplemental proposal for the RFP for the operator. I'm not sure if you've anyone's noticed yet, but the RFP went out yesterday for the parking operator. So we're going to be start doing that process here shortly. Now, to create the RFP, we secured the services of the Dixon Group. This happened before I started. I'm not really sure what month. But we spoke on this supplemental proposal internally and with Chairman Raines. We believe it is in our best interest to continue this service throughout the RFP process. This proposal gives us a Dixon project manager to help work through the whole RFP process. They will help to ensure all items in the RFP are covered and that we have the complete transparency during this process. Given the magnitude of operations, we believe this is the best avenue to move forward. We are looking for you to approve this proposal for up to $34,265. Obviously, it will be lower depending on which direction we go. Good managers, we prepare, and this is our preparation for every scenario. If we don't use the optional services, we don't need to use it. The optional services, and it was sent in your packet. It's implementation support, which we had a monthly fee, and then on-site support if needed, which is I think that's the greater expense, which I don't foresee us using, but it's good to just prepare to have available.
So what we're going to act on is the total of those three numbers, and if the latter two are not utilized, then we won't owe it.
Right. The proposal basis is $16,055. That's the part that covers the RFP process that we're going through. The $34,000 includes 2 months of implementation support. That implementation supports $4,215 a month. The on-sites is a 2-day per trip cost of $9,780.
Okay. So
I'm sorry, Eric. Brian, that last part again, you said a 2-day?
So the on-site support is an optional service that sends 2 Dixon reps to Norwalk for 2 days. It's the expenses and it's the support that we get when they're here for the transition if needed. And that's $9,780 per month. I factored in 1 trip on that 34,000 number,
and
just
what
to be safe.
more than likely, what if we needed that, what they would be doing is helping get systems set up and get the conversion from potentially an old system to a new system.
Correct.
That sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
And that per day cost for these 2 people to come here is, I'm still not clear about that.
So the total it's a 2-day event for
Right.
$9,780. That brings 2 Dixon representatives to Norwalk to help support the transition if needed.
If needed, okay.
Correct. Yeah. The regular base, the base price for this proposal is $16,000. So that's the most that we're going, or sorry, that's the least we're going to that's the least that we're asking for.
Okay.
But
So
potentially it could be higher.
So that's $2,445 per Dixon person per day
If
to be on site.
they didn't break it down. They didn't break it down per person, but if you divide that by 2, sure.
Yep. Okay. I mean, for an 8-hour day, it's like $305 per hour if you want to look at it that way. So maybe these people are credential engineers or something. I'm not really sure, but I'm guessing you don't find people like this easily with their kind of knowledge. So, okay.
They're very well known firm in the parking industry.
Yeah, no, I know the
Um,
name. I'm familiar with them. So,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think, we also have to remember if we go through any type of transition away from the current operator, they've been here for 20 years. I think having this support, having this preparation, basically having both things, the supplemental proposal to help the process through this complicated RFP, and on top of it, optional services to implement if needed, if we go through a transition after a 20-year operator's been here. Could be a little challenging.
Yeah, no, I could see where the help would come in handy. And like I say, you probably don't find people with that knowledge, on every street corner, so to speak. So,
Mhm.
okay. I just didn't understand the fees, but I get it.
Judd, I don't know if you saw on page 37 of tonight's packet breaks out their hourly rates by classification of consultants. I think the interesting thing there, I think that's how much it would cost for any of those folks to help us, whether they're here present on ground or not.
Well, I didn't get that package. I just got the
Oh.
invite. So was that sent out today or?
Maritza sent it out, I believe, on Tuesday.
Oh,
Monday.
okay.
I think
Well,
sent it Monday.
It was earlier this week.
all right. Oh, I see it. Okay, here, I'm sorry. I've been out of the office a lot. Okay. I'll take a look at that, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
So for an approval, those two optional, two options, would there be one reason to, if we approve it, one reason to approve it all together is so that in the moment you can decide, Brian, what to do. So, so that something doesn't get held up, right?
Correct.
Okay, so, and obviously your intention is gonna be to, you're gonna be in this neck deep, so you'll be up to speed quickly.
Yeah, my intention is not to use any type of service that's not needed. I look at that on-site support and I do see a pretty hefty price tag. I've been in parking for a long time. I've been an operator. I know how to do transitions. So having me as a resource during this process is going to be a big bonus, and it'll reduce the likelihood of needing to spend over what we're asking. Potentially saving, not going up to that 34,000. My goal is to keep it as low as possible.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Does anyone have further discussion or questions? Then if we have a motion, one way or the other.
I'll make a motion to go forward with Dixon supplemental proposal.
Thank you, Peter. Any discussion? Hearing none. Matt, go ahead.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, great. Thank you. Then all in favor?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Okay, great, excellent. It carries, Brian.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate the time that you guys took to jump on this meeting.
Yeah, I'm sorry again, I was a little behind there. So then if there's nothing further, that was our two items, right? So
Yes, sir.
if there's nothing further, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Pam. Second?
I'll
Second.
second.
All right, great, thanks. All right, everybody, have a great evening.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Right.
All right, bye.